It is called natural ability. Natural what? Skill, talent. So the talent given by God is called grace. By birth, you are graced. Just because we are born to this world, God put a grace. The devil did not create anybody. So when God is sending you to this world, he sent you with a grace. That is something that he has already put in you that can make you to succeed on earth, that can make you to be great. He has already put it. That is grace. Somebody say grace. It's only that there are people who, when they came to this world, they came to play. So they played all their life. They never discovered what God had already given them before they were formed. What followed them from their mother's womb? The free and the unmerited favor of God. The kindness of God. That is why sins are forgiven. To the terrible sinner who comes to Jesus, he finds grace. And then sins are forgiven. Punishment for sins are removed because he finds grace. When that grace is not valued, the struggle, affliction, problems now multiply. And people begin to cry and say, God has not remembered them. There is no person that was created and sent into this world that was sent here empty. Before you came, God has already grace. Some people discover their own when they were very young. Some discover their own when they were too age. Some discover their own when they were near death. Some never discover their own. God has placed in you and begin to use it. And as long as you use it, everything God puts in a person from birth that I call grace is meant to solve problems. It's meant to solve what? So you are somebody's answer. You are somebody's problem solver. There is something God has put in you that will solve problems for another person. What keeps people useless on earth when they are not solving problems? When you begin to solve problems, you can never be useless. When you begin to solve problems in the earth, you can never be broke. When you begin to solve people's problems, you can never lack. The more of problems that you solve, the greater you become. The more problems that you solve, the richer you become. But as long as you do not think that you are here for any purpose, you are here to solve problems, you are here with God's grace. As long as your mind tells you that God brought you here empty, you can also die empty and then you will rot in hellfire for wasting the grace of God. Paul the apostle said, and this grace that have been given to me was not wasted. Was not what? Was not in vain. Was not wasted. There are people sitting here who are wasting the grace of God. What some of you are hearing every week, if I heard these things 35 years ago, I wouldn't be at this level. I wouldn't be at this level at all. But you are hearing them week in, week out, and wasting the grace and not running with it. But Paul said, I do not, I refuse to waste the grace. When God begins to move you with his grace, you begin to come in contact with opportunities to use the grace. When the opportunity comes and you don't know, it's no longer the fault of God. So life is about, you came in with grace, you have opportunity to showcase the grace. It brings you before people. People that matters to your destiny. It brings you to them. So that the grace of God can be useful. But if you don't want, you don't value the people that it brings you in contact with, you die miserably. Because a lot of people don't know that each day, each week, each month, each year, God is arranging opportunities and arranging different kind of people to pass through their lives. What you do with the opportunities and people is left for you. Some of you now, you don't know why you are here. You only thought that somebody told you. The reason why you are here, you don't know. You're wasting the years here. Why God allowed you to be part of this church? You are wasting the grace. 1 year passed, 2 years, 3 years. You have nothing to show for being here. You are still wallowing in sin and even enjoying your sin. You are still disconnected from God. What a shame. What a waste of grace. Plenty of grace. Many years ago, there was a woman that was barren. And she was a nurse working with the government hospital in Port Harcourt. I wasn't a pastor then. I was working in the oil servicing company. I was on off. And I heard the voice of the Lord. Gather all the women that are looking for fruit of the womb in this church. Lay your hands on them and give them children. So I told my pastor. And that week he had traveled. So I have to tell the women later, Mrs. Brody. So she just gathered the women and made the announcement. He said, he's going to meet with you people so time. I think you know him. And they were gathered. I think they were up to maybe 10, 15 or more. I was just meeting this woman for the first time. Not knowing she just joined the church. There was this governor that invited her to join the church, that something is happening there. And as I laid hands on her, I knew when the power flowed into her. Wow! I think after that, I've gone back to work. After that, some years have just passed. Told you the story before. So I was at our church headquarters in Isoko South that Saturday afternoon. When I finished making my testimony, It was our end of year Thanksgiving. All the churches around that gathered. We have thousands and thousands of people. So I think most of them who have not seen me for years, and my people, my prayer group, and all that, I went outside, and many of them came around. They are greeting, and the woman came, brought a daughter to be bigger than Shalom, and said, "Daddy, see your daughter." So I looked at the girl. There was silence. She too was laughing, smiling. Sister Florence, who was standing by, Florence and Joseph, Nicky Precious, Nicky Kilingbe, everybody was silent like a minute. And she was smiling and smiling. It looked like you don't know who is talking to you again. But you remember the woman that you laid hands on that was barren. After the prayer, this is the girl. I have two others to this one. Oh, said, what is that your name? I said, oh, the nurse now. Oh, wonderful. Praise God. So Florence now said, he said she was so silent. He said, so Pastor, don't burn her things. He said, that's what he was just coming to her mind. He said, that was where there was dead silence. This is the senior pastor of the church. And I said, oh, what a grace. Not even aware whether the barrenness broke. So that grace flowed through. Then, that is why I always ask if we were not full time and it was happening, what stops it from happening? You know, the time we spend in prayers. So I think some people don't know how to tap into grace. What to do at the right time. Say, and the water is dead. That was when the grace is available. Any person that jumped in got hit. It doesn't matter the sickness. If you can be the first to get hit. After that, the grace is removed. Waiting till another time. I've told you here that sometimes I feel more fire. But when I come here, you quench it. Because there are no people to draw it. I feel they are not drawing it. They are not putting demands on it. Demand on the grace of God. Serious demand. You know, the day that the life of Jacob changed was when he told the angel, yeah, I've been seeing you since. I'll be joking. Today, if you do not bless me, I will not what? I will not let you go. The angel thought it was a joke. And leave me. When the angel knew that it was not a joke, the angel too used his power. Bam! He broke the biggest bone, the longest bone in the human body. The angel just broke it. This bone is the longest bone. The reason why he broke it, by the time I give you pain, you will let me go. But I won't bless you. Bam! He broke the bone. And the man said, if you like, break all the bones today. Today. Not tomorrow. You must bless me today. The pain will not, even if he's paining me, I will not leave you. Then the angel said, what is your name? And you think the angel does not know his name? So he told him, say, you will not answer that name again from today. That was the turning point of his life. And the whole nation founded by Abraham is not called Abraham. It's called by his name. If you read through the Bible, they don't say children of Abraham. Check when they start narrating about them in Exodus. Abraham is kept behind, and then they began to say the children. You know, there was Abraham, there was Isaac, before there was Israel. They jumped from Abraham, Isaac, and then they took his name to call the nation. He broke it. And God delivered him. Through him was a nation established. 12 tribes. So, grace should be looked for. Grace should be sought for. Grace. You look for it with passion. I find grace in this place. So, she got the alabaster box that she put her life for herself because she went down into all grace. You must come to my house. I want to host you and inside because what I have plenty because she recognized grace. So she went to attract the grace to her house. So Jesus, Benin City, Jesus said, waiting for the Lord. My sister was sitting here with you. He said, I'm great. And on the other side, was one. He was like, that is all. That is real. That's all the best. Very old. It's too old. Just like my time. This is real. No. Resurrection and life. Anyone I say live will live. Lazarus, comfort. So he called Lazarus from the land of the dead and watch. Body that was rotting, he gave him a new body. He did not do that for every family. Was it only Lazarus that died when Jesus was around? Those people have found grace. Somebody say grace. They have found grace in the sight of Christ. When you read the Bible, you will see people coming before the Lord and saying, if I have found grace. Until you find grace, your prayers will remain unanswered. It's grace that opens doors. You are not qualified for the miracle, but grace just gave you the miracle. You are not qualified to be healed. Grace just brought the healing. If I have found grace in your sight. And the Lord said, you have found it. He said, come boldly to the throne room where you can obtain mercy and grace. So, how do I access grace? James chapter 1 and verse 17. How do I access this grace of God? Because I need grace in my life. I need this grace. The kind of favor that I need is a favor that grace offers. It says every good gift, every perfect gift is from above and cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom is no what? There is no variable. There's no partiality. Neither shadow of turning. Neither wayo. So grace can only be found with God. If God did not give you grace, men will not grace you. What God has finished, that is what men will just be acting on the earth. When you have find grace with God, you will find grace with men. That is why the Bible said, and Jesus was in favor, grace with God and with man. John chapter 1 and verse 17, Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 17. For the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth. Grace and what? Came through. That is to say, if you want this grace, you must surrender your life 100% to Jesus. You know, there are people in church, their life is in their own hand, not in the hand of Jesus. They do whatever they like. They can fornicate the time they want. They can smoke if they want that. They can drink alcohol and like. They can fight and they like. Nothing tells them your life is not longer your life. You can't do whatever you want. It's what it asks you to do that you do. There are church people who have never surrendered their life. Some may have answered the altar call to surrender, but on their way going, they take their life again from the altar. Say, make I drop my life here? God forbid. So they carry it to take back. I am the owner of my life. Let me get my body. I will use it the way I like. Now you get my body for me? Until life is already surrendered at the altar of God, you don't do anything outside of Him anymore. That is when grace begins to what? To walk. You activate grace because Christ is grace. Jesus Christ is what? Grace. When you can do whatever you want, you are not yet a candidate of this grace. When you know you do not own yourself, I am bought with a price. Jesus, the owner of the grace, paid with his life for me. He bought me. I do not own myself. I am his slave. Whatever you want to do with me, do it. And then Jesus says, you are no longer a slave. You are now my friend. You are now what? Say, I call you not even servant, but what? A friend. Then begin to imagine how he will treat his friend. How the friend of Jesus will enjoy. May we learn to enjoy this grace of God. Somebody say amen. In the book of Acts chapter 20 and verse 32. How do I access this grace? Through the word of God. As you search the word. As you search the word. And now, brethren, I commend you to God and to the word of his grace. The word of his grace. Which is able. Able to what? Is able to what? To build me up. Commend you to the word of his grace, which is able to what? To build you up and to give you what? An inheritance. Right. There is an inheritance, but how do you get it? Through the word of his grace, which is able to give you, build you up and give you this word. Is able to give you this inheritance that all those who are sanctified, they get this inheritance. It's waiting for you to just be part of them so that they give you your. Don't you want to get your own? Eh? You don't want to get your own. An inheritance waiting. He doesn't want you to continue a life with struggles. Are you hearing me? He doesn't want you to continue a life of sickness, disease, demonic oppression. The witches are pressing me. Oh, they didn't let me sleep last night. He wants you to enter into an inheritance. 1,000 angels just walking around the street and the compound. They were all asked to protect you. You can imagine where the witch will pass. 1,000 angels, all with their sword drawn, waiting for any person that is looking for your trouble, so that they will slash the head off. They are on assignment, because that is your inheritance, to be protected. A witch come and say, want to tumble the car so that you die. The angels are there. He said, and he shall give his angels charge over you, that you will not dash your foot against the stone. It's an inheritance. Why will church people struggle without an end? It's lack of the knowledge of the word of God, where grace is absent. You search the scriptures to find out grace that is already available. And I pray for you today that you will enjoy the grace of God. You will see it in the word that this is my inheritance, this is my portion, and then you will just collect it. Say, go there, anything you see with your name, pick it. Don't you recognize your name again? It's already written. So you pick it. Ooh. Glory be to God. I say, glory be to God. So a young man like David had a grace. The grace that he had was to play musical instrument. Which musical school did he go to? He was playing the instrument without attending what? Where was he even playing the instrument? Was he playing it to any person? He and his animals. He's just there worshiping God, playing. So other people that come to farm, other shepherds hear him. When it was time for somebody to play for the king, he had played the instrument so much that the ministers of the king said, there is a young man. There is what? Whose name is David, son of Jesse. He's so good in what? In instrument. Let us send for him. Maybe as he's singing, if this guy can sing for animals and animals will sleep, if he sing for you, you will sleep. This sleep where you know they see. What was making Saul not to sleep? Demons. What was making him not to sleep? Plenty demons were walking in his hands. When David began to play, the demons will jump out, and then his body will become what? No man. Natural ability, grace that was in the young man. He had grace to fight. God put it in him. He was not trained in any military. Those who were trained in the military could not face Goliath. But when he came with the grace, they told him, you are a small boy, you cannot. He told them, let me give you evidence of the grace I carried. One day, as I was in the forest, the bear came. I defeated the bear. I killed it. The other day, a lion came, and I did what? I did what? I killed the lion. These uncircumcised Philistines shall be like what? One of them. Shh. Was it confirmed? I said, was it confirmed? It was confirmed that Goliath became like one of those animals. He removed his head. May you discover the grace that God has put in you. The grace he had put in you before you were born. The grace that followed you from your mother's womb. And may you begin to use it. What made David great was that he used the grace to solve problems. If you are ready to solve problems, you can never be stranded in life. You can never be what? Just keep solving people's what? Forget about your own problem. Face people's what? A time will come that the people you have solved their problems will be the one to make you the king. Let it be our king. So the whole Israel said, let David be our what? Our king. That's all. So there are different kinds of graces. Different kind of graces. In the spiritual realm and in the physical, there are different kind of graces. Do you know there are some people who God have graced? If they take the paint, they can paint out a whole human being. As he's just seated there, evangelist is seated there, they will draw him as he knows is, as his face is. It is in them. And that is enough to make them to be a celebrity. Some people went to school to read fine art. They can't draw ant. Telling you. But this one did not go to any school to read anything. But people are coming to look at what he has. And then he just see one man draw. He said, how much will you pay? He said, no, I just drank for you. And then he put it in his house. And then people visit him and say, what is this? How much did it cost you? He said, for where? Not one boy. Say, take me to the boy. And he take this big man to the boy. And the boy says, sit down. Because sit down. He said, no, go take time, sit down. And he just took his board. And then all he draw it out. The one way white, the one way dark. He just, and the man said, you will go with me to Japan next year, January, to show this your talent there. I will give you your visa. I will pay your flight ticket. Tell your mother that I cannot leave you with this talent to die. Tell somebody, discover your grace. So you are just wasting the grace of God. That is why God is angry. If you go to school and study what is outside your destiny, you will still be a failure with it. Those who perform excellently are people who discovered the grace in them and they studied in that line. That's why some people went to read law. At the end, it was a musician they became. They can't even defend an ant in the court. They have won no case, nothing about law. It's lawyer by mouth. It was inside them to sing. In 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 8, we are told that the God of all grace, somebody say all grace. That is to tell you that graces are many. Graces are many. In an area you are grace, another person may not be grace in that area. That is why we need each other. Tell the person next to you that you need me. Tell each other that you need me. Because those people who don't succeed in life is those who think that they don't need anybody. When you already know that there is a grace that somebody carry that can be a blessing to you, you already position yourself to be blessed by people who carry grace. So Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 28. Wherefore we receive a kingdom which cannot be moved. Let us have grace. Let us do what? Whereby we may serve God, what? Acceptably, with reverence and what? Godly fear. Do you know? To serve God, to touch the heart of God, it requires what? Grace. So let us have grace. The grace that will make us to serve God acceptably. Acceptably, with reverence and godly fear. Let me tell you, if you touch the hand of God, there was a day this young man had finished making sacrifices before the Lord. 1,000 burnt offerings. And he did not ask God for one thing. But because he had touched the heart of God, in the night, God visited him. And God told him, ask me anything that you want me to what? That is an open check. So you can say, Lord, I want half of Benin, all the houses in Benin. Or I want me to become the Oba of Benin. God asking him what you want me to do for you, just as I will do it. Is there anything God cannot do? So he told God, give me wisdom so I can lead your people well. And God told him, because it's only this one you ask, so that you can be a good king, because I have made you a king, I will add all the other things you did not want. I will add riches. I will add honor. So that there will be no king richer than what? What? He did something. I'm still talking on how to assess what? The grace. Grace now, grace now. You don't need to do anything. Yes. So you can assess the grace by sowing your life as a seed. I've said that before. I'm emphasizing it because it's very important. You can assess grace by dropping your life for God. Say, my life is no longer my own. It belongs to you from now. Why will God not help you? So if God say, come here, you come. Sit down, you sit down. Today you are not going out. You are going to fast and pray. Yes, Lord. Don't open your shop this week. Just be with me. Yes, Lord. If I don't open my shop, I will be hungry. No question. Because you no longer own your life. Can somebody say amen? Drop your life before him as a seed. As what? I'm showing my life as a seed to you. Take it. Take my life and let it be consecrated, Lord, to thee. Take my movements and my days. Let them flow in ceaseless praise. You can count how many churches you have been a member. That does not change anything. What changes things is whether your life is already donated to God. And God is aware. God telling the devil that anything I tell Job to do, he will do. And Job can never deny me. Whether I give him money, I don't give him money. Job is not serving me because of money or because of anything. The devil said, but you have blessed him. You have made him the richest person. How will he not serve you? You have protected his wife and children. Everything is peaceful. God said, it's not because of that. Job started serving me before these things came. And if all these things go, he will still serve me. Can we bet? And the devil said, yes, we bet. It's okay, take away everything and see whether he will stop church. Some people, if they have a headache, they can't go to church again. Pastor, you did not even ask of me when I don't come church. Who they ask of pastor if you don't come church? Why is our pastor not in church? How there's no problem? Where's daddy? Headache. I have a headache. In all, Job was faithful to the end. Even when the wife was saying it's time to die, as God do not want to kill you, provoke him. Let him kill you. Job said, I won't do anything like that. Drop your life for God and grace will be flowing. From grace to grace. It will be rising. As long as you walk with him. Lastly, sow your seeds. When your life is already given to God, whatever that comes to you, you already know it's not yours. So you ask him, why did you give me this car? Why did you give me this money? Why are you giving me children? What should I do with them? He begins to tell you. He begins to tell you. He begins to tell you. So at every junction where there's going to be any turn, there must be a seed. The seed may not necessarily be money. It may be a seed of intensive fasting and prayer. It may be a seed of soul winning. You want 10 souls to Christ. It may be a seed of the most expensive thing that you have in your life. One servant of God told us that one man of God was preaching and he was there and he said, wait till you value pass for your life. Give it away. He said, now check. What will I give that will pay my children, pay my wife? And I remember the television. So as he just came to the house, boom, we carried the television and gave it to one pastor. No more television. So where's television? The television has gone seen. So because I know it will pain you when you don't see television. How the children say, daddy. Say, yes, make it pain you. Television is what? When we went to his house, they daddy, what of the television? They will not see television for a long time. It's gone. They say they mean that waiting will pay me a million. Now the television, I be there. See whether they always put eye. If you not there, they will close your eye. Television is gone. I like that man. He said one day he went to preach. It looked like the other pastor that came, his shoe was saluting God like this. Say, thank you, Lord. Not be style, oh, the shoe don't tire. You know, there are some shoe where it be like that one has style. He said, it in his heart. Now he just pull his shoe. He do what? He used ordinary leg. You think that is everybody that preaches what they don't do? Some of you have seen him before. He has ministered in our church. And the wife has ministered here several times during our women programs. And daddy, what is it? Are you selling now? He said, no, Mr. Leo. My shoe. As well as my seed. I don't want to reach out before I go give him. I got the use ordinary leg. So Richards, I will use the other one. So I can't leave that man with that kind of word. Say the shoe. Don't be sure when person go wear out. Yeah. My own better pass the man. Hi. Say the truth. Sow your seeds. Before graces will come, I see to put 2 Corinthians 9 verse 6 and 7. Before grace will come. Before, he said, and the God of all grace. Before he reached there, He said, he that sow sparingly, shall reap sparingly. He that sow bountifully shall also reap bountifully. Every man according as he purposes in his heart. So let him what? Give, not grudgingly, or because you are forced. For God does not love people when they grumble when they are giving. They complain. So the system will give again. God loves what? A cheerful giver. Now, go to verse 8. But this I say unto you, and God is able to make all grace abound towards you, that you always, sometimes, how many times? How many times? Having all what? It be like saying, not go do enough, but God will what? He just make it enough. It look like the children will be out of school, but God just, somehow, he just say, no way. All what? All sufficiency. That you may abound unto what? Good works. Every good thing. God knows what is good for you. At a particular time, he gives it. He says, son, say what I have given to you. They say, just give me now. He laughed. These useless people will fill everywhere. Because of them, I will not give you at once. I will give you with style. I will give you with what? I will be adding them. Before they are crying for one, I will add another one. I don't want to give you all at once. You see, some of them will commit suicide because of jealousy. Because of another person matter. You see, jealousy too much for the area. So let me bless you one after the other. You see, but I tell you, I'm giving you all these things I showed you. I have given them to you. See, you will see it come to pass. One after the other. I don't know how it will happen, but it's going to happen for you. Psalm 126, verse 5 and 6. Psalm 126, verse 5 and 6. 126. Any person that is used to scripture very well should have seen this. They that sow in tears. If your sowing never pain you, you are never rich anywhere. If you are not aware that something left you and it kept you stranded, you have finished sowing and it's as if death want to come. Those that were. So not when the offering, they pass the offering. You do not even remember what you told them. Is this the sowing in tears? You want to get a particular grace. Maybe grace of childbearing. Grace of good health. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. So there is even people around you with something is wrong with you. What? With you. If something is wrong with you, you wouldn't have done this kind of thing. You say, I didn't do it for you. I did it for God. No, there's a brother called Kingsley. You say he loved car right from when he was a child, but the father who was having money died, leaving them as children. When father died, you are gone. Except God show you mercy. He said, so when the father died, they relocated him to one of his uncle's house. And hunger the beaten while we were there. He said, but he knew God from a child. And somehow, He went to University of Benin, training himself. Those children where have fathers will not even read. He trained himself. The one day was passing someone old car. Then a shade car when they don't reject. You know those kind of cars. It don't trouble the owner. So the owner say, if you can see somebody, any amount, even if that amount from tire, make it bring. He said, so he priced. He said, if friend tell and say, you decrease? How can you go and be priced? He said, let it that I have a car. Then leave me. So his friend said, no. If that is the case, I will we go, but not this one. Because the long story short, he bought a car, not that bad one. And then within a short time, they have gotten cars. But before then, they had one. When he went to a program, he said, as he was sitting, he heard the voice of the Lord say, that's your car. You will give it to that pastor. He said, so when they got home, he said, before I will enter trouble, I tell her first, honey, the two of us born again together, we have Holy Spirit together. God said, this car, where they drop you for work, I don't know, and we should give it to them. What is the way? You hear God, I did not hear. And I cannot tell you not to do it. Go. So he took the car. So when his friend saw him, where's your car? He said, oh, I've given it to pastor. He said, oh, so their charm have catch you too. He said, he told him, you see, many of you don't know God. The pastor I gave it to does not even know me. Because I only see him in the area. But God called him for me. He said, that pastor. It's not the pastor that even pastor me in the church. He said, hey, so what he push you like that? He said, you are far from where I am. He told me that 2 years they were trekking. I told you some time ago I went to his house and I was angry with the number of buses. Yes. I was not asking myself what is he doing with them? I remembered again, okay, I know his testimony. So he's telling me I need drivers. I will be driving my buses to sell my products. I look at, I saw 1, 2, 3. So, if he was to be going out now, and he tell the driver, let's go, the driver will ask, which one we want to use? So I say, okay, we are using some of you may have seen some of these buses without knowing. They are in town. They wrote big BFI. Have you ever seen it? That is the person I'm talking about. You just see the big thing on this is BFI. Recently, I called him to do something for Bishop because those are the things he does. He that goeth forth weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again. With what? With rejoicing. With what? After mocking so much at you, years that pass you, they grant. When God starts, they will join you. They will join you for the dancing, for the thanksgiving. Because he will return. He's not going to die at that level. He's going to return, bringing in all the chiefs with rejoicing. These things that I'm saying is only when he sold the first car that I did not know. All the other ones were before my eyes. When the buses multiplied, when they had 3 cars, wife driving one there, one there. When it just happened suddenly, it was in my presence. These things that I'm saying about this person, when it happened like that. So he's no longer thinking of, hey, I sold my car, and now some years passed. Sometimes what is the problem of many people? They are always looking at, if I do like this, I pay my tithe this morning. Afternoon. By afternoon. That is the problem of human being. Grace. Somebody say grace. So if you are already a child of God, that is the summary. If you're already a child of God, you're already standing on a good ground. You are living a holy life. You're already standing on a good ground. That means you have sown yourself as a seed. That means you are maintaining yourself as the seed. And then sow your seed. Your seed may be that this week you are not going to eat until so time every day. Because I am pursuing so thing. Whether the devil like it or not, I must what? It's a seed. I've already shared with you testimony that every stage that we reach to this level, we have to break it with prayer seed, fasting seed, and financial seed. Mommy is seated here, you can ask her. And thank God she had never told me not to take anything away. Oh, we want to give money away like this. On Saturday, during the join the city convention, we ate at a hotel. How many were we? How many? Yes, we counted 10. I think it was 9. And Pastor, I think you paid this. You know how much? It's not because we were having money in their church account. I just felt I should sow that seed to the pastors and those who went with us. The beast of the convention, I wanted to write them. I started, I told myself so that I would not have any tension. I did not write them. Because if I look at the volume to give me tension, so I wanted to call for you when I come to church like this. This is how much you gave towards the sponsorship. This is how much was spent. But when I saw that, we're talking of only fuel, I now stopped. In the midst of that, we have not finished paying the bills of the convention. Some of you are not aware. Only ICT bills. That's a barrel. He paid them. Another day was telling me, and yesterday he spent more to get the computers. Fees for fueling. Running into more than 12,000. I think we had such. When I looked at it. But that day, Reverend Demu was telling me, you do very well, you fed us. God will bless you. When I was up with amen. Say the ministry will continue to write. It was just a seed. The other reverend who is a member of the Fresh World Network, we ate, we dropped him. It was just a seed. I don't need to have before I sow my seed. Just keep sowing it. We are preparing to go and sow major seeds. That is why Mommy will even go and get some of the things. Because we are getting set now to sow a major seed again this year. Because we have a window of about 3 months to break into a particular rank. And I can't be joking. You may be joking, but I won't be joking. At Jordan, it doesn't require a joke. Crossing the Jordan does not require a joke. When you cross, it doesn't require joking. Stand on your feet. So I say, give us 2 Corinthians 9, verse 12. I say, stand on your feet. When you become a solution in the life of people, when you begin to sow your seeds into the life of people, there is something that begins to happen. The name is called thanksgiving. It's called what? There is nothing that provokes grace from God like thanks what? When people begin to thank God because of you. Somebody need that in the house. If not for Sister Gladys. Father, I thank you for using her for my life. If you know how to read, I want you to read this chapter. For the administration of this service, not only supplying the want of the saints, but is abundant also by many thanksgivings unto who? Unto God. When people begin to thank God, if not for this man, I would have died. Thank you, Jesus. If not for this woman, her prayers, the food he brought. As a man of God that have money, quote, really have money because Church of God Mission, and he's also a very senior lecturer. Now he's a senior professor. But whether somebody is rich sometimes. Do you know? He was heading a province here. Let me not make fun of it. His sister said he just have in mind to prepare good meals, package them in coolers and brought. Then this man of God said, wait a minute. And we don't have food and we don't know how we're going to cook. He said, somebody telling me I should cook and go and give the pastor's family. So I prepared. The day the sister was narrating to me, wow. See how he said, so they just began to thank God. What a mighty God. What a mighty God. That we're even thinking, so how do we raise money to go to market? And I say, oh, do you know how? He said, then you came. And then we are not going to be talking of any food today. Then they began to give the glory to God. If you can sow your seed that will make somebody to thank God, it will begin to bring more grace to your life. That's what I'm telling you. Can you lift up your voice and begin to thank the Lord for the word you have heard? Give him the praise. I'm not hearing your voice, so. If you need the grace, thank the Lord.